Diz live here on our YouTube channel. She is Jen.
Hello.
And I am Frank. But if you're listening this Thursday to the audio feed of what we're recording right now, then this is Theme Park Thursday with Dillo's Diz. She is Jen.
Hello.
And I am Frank. And this is episode 401 of Theme Park Thursday with Dillo's Diz. Much better connections this week.
Don't jinx it. You're
Oh,
gonna
sorry.
jinx it. You're gonna become a fuzzy wuzzy. Had a podcast. What was the name of our? We decided.
It
I don't
was
know.
Fuzzy Wuzzy was a host, I believe.
Oh, Fuzzy Wuzzy was a host. Yes.
But we are here live on our YouTube channel. You know, we're a YouTube partner. We do all the YouTube things.
Yeah.
I mean, not great, but we do them.
We're here.
You know, if you're listening to the audio of this, subscribe. If you're just dropping into the video feed live stream thing here, subscribe. But for now, we are officially starting our Fall into Nostalgia series.
Yes. So exciting.
We have a fancy graphic, but we're scared to show any video tonight.
We can't show any video. We were doing something over at DillosDizResort.com, which is our Patreon, where membership starts as low as $1 a month. We were over there prior to this recording doing another recording. The videos were not working for us, so we're not going with anything tonight.
Not going so great. So Fall into Nostalgia is commencing with this episode, but first, a tangent that I have not prepared Jen for.
Oh, alrighty.
You might want to cue up the King from Hamilton for this one.
Da, 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 da.
It's pennant race season in Major League Baseball.
Sure.
And the Mets they're making an Osagita here in New York. And as expected, in September, it wouldn't be a pennant race Mets baseball without some agita. But what I really want to talk about here today is if a baseball is hit into the stands and there is a child anywhere involved, you just let the child have the ball. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go on social media. Your entire algorithm has now changed.
Also, if you never really had the ball to begin with, it's not your ball.
I have been going to baseball games for a very long time. And I'll be completely honest and fair here and say the only time that I have recovered a foul ball in the stands, it wasn't a catch. It wasn't hit right to me. It fell in the row behind me. I lunged over. I reached for the foul ball. I got the foul ball. And some people would say that doesn't count you got a foul ball. But it counts.
It counts.
Hit by Jose Reyes, who, of course, is one of my favorites. And here's the thing. Do I remember anyone else who was around me at the time? I sure don't. But if a child said something, or a parent of a child that said something to me, you bet your bottom dollar they would have gotten that ball. So I'm just saying it. I'm putting on record here. Jen is writing down the time so she can edit it right out of the podcast.
No, it's fine. It can stay. I'm so annoyed, per usual, by the online discourse that has taken place since that clip. I can't.
Conversely, I have seen plenty of clips now where other fans or baseball players or anything are then super kind to children as a result. And just to say, there's this other one that happened at the U.S. Open tennis where a tennis player was signing something and took off his hat and handed it to the child. And some man, and I don't believe anything on social media, so I'm not going to name what his job might be or how high of a title he might have. CEO snatched the hat away from the child. And what he said, like first come, first serve, or like finders keepers. I don't know.
I can't and everyone's like, oh, if it's not such a big deal, then give the hat back to the kid. Like, people.
So all this does this tie into Disney talk a little bit? Yeah,
sure
I mean, I don't know. It could be. You could make it work. We are here for the fall into nostalgia that Jen and I, we wanted kind of a reboot, and of course, nothing says reboot more than talking about foul balls and baseball stands. And with a little bit of behind the scenes of our first trips, each of our first trips. My first trip, which was without Jen, because Jen wasn't alive yet, and Jen's first trip, which
Crazy
was
time.
a few years after. So that's what we have on our docket here today. We have some props. We have some maybe some photos to share of at least my 1981 trip. So I'm gonna, since Jen's got the props, I'm gonna kick it over to her to get started.
Oh, kicking it over to me. I mean, any excuse to bring this out, I'm gonna do it. And we haven't seen this since one of our "What's in the Attic" episodes. If you're watching or listening for the first time and you're like, "What's in the attic?" Go to our YouTube channel. There's a playlist for them, and it's all the random things in Mama and Papa Dillo's attic that they've kept over the years relating to Disney. And there's still plenty more to find up there. But this folder particularly contains quite a few items from the years we're discussing because not only are we talking about like our first trips, which I have to be honest, I couldn't tell you much about memory wise, but also just that time period in the parks anyway. So, does 2-year old Jen have memories? No, I like again, I think a memory I have is more so being in the Polynesian room. But beyond that, no, except from pictures I've seen. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think for me, because I was 6 going on 7 on my first trip, I have more of a memory. And then certainly I was 10 going on 11 when Jen had her first trip. So the memories are a little more for me. But that folder Jen's holding is a glorious late 70s, early 80s shade of green from the Polynesian Village Resort Hotel. It has excellent design across both sides of the folder of the Maui. What do you know? What totem? I don't know what you want to call it. That sits in the Polynesian lobby to this day. The logo, what have you, the iconography, I guess, of it,
Mhm.
and it's got lots of material on the inside. Nice Walt Disney World classic logo on the back side
Yeah.
of that folder. We'll share some images of that folder
A map
across the
inside the
social.
pocket. I have to
Oh,
remove a couple of things that are in the front that reveal some information, addresses, phone numbers, and things.
yeah.
And then I'll show you that one later. But yeah, and there's a little bit of a mix. There were a few 1992 things slipped in here, so we'll save that for another time. But I tried to keep the years we're discussing on kind of one side of the folder here. So yeah.
So my trip was in early February of 1981, and like I said, we stayed at the Polynesian, and I don't remember the lead up to the trip necessarily. Mama Dillo's mother lived in Ocala, Florida, so previously I had been to Ocala, Florida,
Hmm.
and visited up there, so I had some like Central Florida experience.
Hmm.
Uh, but with Walt Disney World, that trip was kind of like a combo of um, Mama Dillo's mom coming down from Ocala and spending a couple of days, and I think they were staying on 192, and we were staying at the Polynesian,
Hmm.
and you only had the Magic Kingdom at the time. That's
Yeah.
all there was the Magic
Yeah.
Kingdom.
Yeah.
So for the Polynesian, that the memories of that is the lobby, is the tiki torches, is the things that we still love and hold on to in our nostalgia for the Polynesian is.
Hmm.
But the entire east side, the east side of the Polynesian was not built yet. That building actually, I think, started around Jen's first trip. So if I share the screen here and see if I can bring up a photo here of young Frank outside of room number 1936 here. Can I blow this up a little bit more so it can be a little more seen? Look at that face.
We
Um,
also see some thumbnails on the bottom, just
oh
FYI.
yeah. Oh, look at that.
Hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
how do I get rid of that? Um, So, and that's nice and public for
Oh, there
everyone
you go.
looking.
There you go. Now we're
Um,
good.
we'll try to fix that in post. But young me here at outside room 1936, which, well, funnily enough, the room across the hall, 1942, was actually where the 9-year-old had her first trip to Disney,
Mhm.
back in the Tokilau Longhouse in 2017. Am I saying that right? Who knows? Who can
Oh,
say?
yeah, who can say?
I'm going to stay here right now so I don't go back and forth to thumbnails. Do,
Yeah.
do I go to a thumbnail too on YouTube because I have this picture up? Or
Yes.
can you
Oh,
see
you
my
mean our
video?
it's not up just yet because of the delay, but I can tell you.
Because
And oh wait, you know what? Wait, I'm just behind. That's all it is. Oh no, yeah, you're a thumbnail. Okay.
I'm a thumbnail. Why?
Yeah. Well, because
Why
you're
am I a
sharing the
thumbnail?
screen. We're just down here and the picture's up there.
But on the old StreamYard, I could be a video and share the screen and do
Listen, we're
both.
figuring it all out. We're
Can I
figuring it all
not?
out together.
It's gonna be really frustrating if I just can't go to the next picture because I. Oh, here we go.
Oh, there you go. You're good.
Here's
Yes.
a good one
Look at
here.
this.
So
This is, I mean, my goodness.
we have the inside. Let's point out some things here
Yeah.
on the interior of the Polynesian Village Resort
Hmm.
room number 1936. First of all, the same green color of Jen's folder is the color of the bedspread.
Correct.
So
Yes.
that is glorious, right? And it's all.
Perfect.
I
Yeah.
don't even know what's going on with this carpet. Can anyone explain?
I can smell it. That's all I know. I
uh,
can smell that carpet.
this shopping bag over behind me. I wonder what I'm probably looking at a map because that's all I did for this entire trip was look at the map. The red shopping bag. A friend of mine actually gave me a similar shopping bag a few years back, so I'll dig that up
Hmm.
and share it this week. The old school shopping bag, and then here on the table is Papa Dillo's camera bag. And the question is that still in the closet upstairs on the second
Oh,
floor of Mama and Papa Dillo's house?
yeah, I would think so.
Because this
Yeah, we
camera
know
bag
we know the
served,
closet it's in.
yeah, so many purposes that this camera bag had. Not just for still cameras, but then like camcorders down the
Yeah.
line. It had a good long life, that camera bag, if it's still around.
I
And then,
think we need to figure out what this room looks like now. So we need to find someone that has stayed in this room to compare the video.
yeah, if anyone has stayed in room 1936, which I assume is now, I think that's still Tokila. I don't know how to say it.
Hmm.
But that main longhouse that I think holds a lot of DVC now.
Mm-hmm.
Um, if you've stayed in room 1936, or you know someone who is there now,
Mm-hmm.
share those pictures. What do you want
Yes.
to say?
Lewis saying this room is pretty hideous. It's what made us fall in love with the Polynesian.
We fell in love with the gaudy
Yeah.
and all the
Yeah.
patterns that came with it.
Look at this, more green.
I mean, was this like the color of the time?
I
Like
think so.
this
Yeah.
olive? It's not even an olive green. I don't even know what. Someone can give me a better description of this green.
Is it like a pea green?
Could be a pea green.
PEA, a pea green.
Yeah, who's peeing green? Pea green.
Yeah.
I mean, but the pants are green. I mean, and do people have matching monorail pants to their color of their
Oh.
monorail? That's a question I want to know.
Cutbacks. They don't do that anymore.
Those Quebecs. A little bit of the Center Street, or is
Mhm.
this? I'm trying to think if this is. I think that's Main Street, but now I'm looking to the left and I'm thinking it's Adventureland.
Oh, I thought it was Main Street, like off to the side, like one of those little.
That's what I thought it was a side
Yeah.
street, but now I'm looking at the
Hmm.
exterior to the left here. We'll
Interesting.
share this picture if anyone can properly identify.
Yeah.
As we go through here, I mean, normal views.
Yeah.
We're into the views very early on.
Oh yeah.
Walking down that ramp, looking at the contemporary
Hmm.
gloriousness. Hey, look, it's the original colors of Cinderella Castle.
Oh, coming back soon.
There was a very good discussion on the Monday Morning Monorail podcast this week about the colors. If you want to go back and listen in, and again, we're all about enhancing and things like that. And uh, Yeah, I like, maybe it's because I'm a Mets fan. I like a little more royal blue,
Mm,
but and
mhm.
I would say this blue is in this castle. But the trees in front of the castle is not a real thing anymore.
Yeah.
Some people
Yeah,
have a
there was a
problem with that.
discussion. We've had a discussion about that before, right? The trees
Yeah,
in front, whether or not you miss them or they're better without. Uh,
yeah. I think it's in the eye of the beholder. I think. How
Yeah.
do you like that
Mhm.
reveal? Do you like the reveal, boom, castle, or do you still
Right.
need it to be off in the distance behind some trees? I guess is
Mm.
the question.
Interesting. Interesting.
Um,
Also, if you're listening on the audio, feel free to check out this video on YouTube and you'll be able to see the photos we're scrolling through here.
yeah. This is the Penny Arcade. Let's
Mhm.
talk about the cowboy hat for a second here.
Oh, sure.
I like the cowboys. I don't.
You
I
do.
was into the Western stuff.
More of that is coming out as we discuss this time period in your life and you join Facebook groups and share photos from your childhood.
Up in Ocala, Florida, there was the Six Gun Territory, and it was like a little mini theme park that started in the '60s, and they had like a good run of popularity there. I think eventually Disney caught up with them,
Hmm.
and they closed down, but they still kind of have celebrations and anniversaries and reunions or what have you.
Hmm.
What's so funny is I want every time and again go back to try to watch westerns like movies because I'm always like
Yeah.
I need to watch more. I haven't watched enough westerns in my life, and I never can make it through westerns,
Hmm.
and I don't like. Did I watch westerns back then? I don't know. Space westerns. I mean, Star Wars obviously took over my life, so I think that was also kind of like the in between of you know, uh, the gunslingers were replaced by the blasters very quick.
Mm.
But
I
yeah,
my love for westerns is only in the pre-show of the Great Movie Ride. That's all.
no, you
No
don't,
more.
Ethan.
You
No,
don't
you
know,
don't.
Jason? Ooh,
Outside the enchanted tiki room.
I miss those strollers.
I mean, those blue strollers with the metal. You can
The
you can
best.
hear them. You can feel the
Yeah.
handles of them.
Lewis, that is a memory for me, are those strollers. I can absolutely, much like, I think it's the sense memory, because much like I love the fumes, of Tomorrowland Speedway, this stroller, I can like feel what it was like laying down in that stroller, going over the bridge into Adventureland, because it was like extra bumpy, and it was just metal and weird. But like I remember being in that stroller.
Okay, I have another question for you on the YouTube.
Yeah,
Are
sure.
people looking at big screen of you, little screen of the photo, or the other way
No,
around?
no. Big photo on
Okay.
top, and then we're on the bottom.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, is that now? That's how it looks to me too. So.
And Trader Sam, classic.
Hmm.
This photo of me in front of some of the statues in Adventureland, I recreated
Yes.
in 2021. We did
Yeah.
about, I don't know, 7 or 8 photos when I first went back to Walt Disney World in 2021 following da 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 da
Da, da,
da.
da.
And Theme Park Rob and Justin Monorail, they helped me recreate a lot of my 1981 photos in 2021.
Yeah.
And this was one of them. That stylish pose I have there.
Yeah. Do you have the 2021 version?
Not currently here
Oh,
prepared to show you, but I will
oh,
put it up on the Instas.
sure. Hmm.
On the, I'm assuming, but I can't tell for sure that this is a Pittsburgh Steelers shirt.
Oh, uh-huh.
Because the Pittsburgh Steelers were like the winning football team at the time. So I had like the jacket. I think in the Penny Arcade picture, I'm wearing a Steelers jacket. I'm like
Oh.
one of the Pearsons in the early days.
You're a piercing kid.
I'm a Pearson kid.
No.
Jungle Cruise,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
a little Hall of Presidents outside the Hall of Presidents here. We recreated this one.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Uh, and then the Haunted Man outside the Haunted Mansion. I don't remember going on the Haunted Mansion. Here's the 2 rides I remember more than any other is
Okay.
If You Had Wings, because I think we did that a
Sure.
thousand times
Yep.
because of the ticket structure and whatever that you just could keep going on if you had wings forever.
Uh-huh.
And we tell the story of Space Mountain because I think I was duped into going on Space Mountain. That it wasn't going to be scary. And Mama Dillo will tell the stories of how my fingernails were deep into Mama Dillo's hands that they
Yeah.
left scars.
Mm-hmm. Understandable.
Here we go with some photos here.
Yeah.
We did that one for the 2021. There's Mama Dillo in
Oh,
the
cool.
escape tunnel
Yeah.
of Tom Sawyer's Island, I think in the back fort.
Mm-hmm.
Tom Sawyer Island, as we learned following the closure.
Oh,
We didn't say Sawyer's. Tom
Sawyer.
Sawyer's
Tom
Island.
Sawyer's Islands.
Tom Sawyer's Island for many years.
Mm-hmm.
And then Fort Sam Clemens, which then eventually became Fort Langhorne, I believe. And did I know when I was 6 that this was Mark Twain's real name? No,
No,
but I
no.
just figured that out.
Armadillo and you in that photo.
And technically the back of
And great, yes.
yeah. But there's me holding on for dear life apparently. Barrel Bridge. And I don't want to make anyone upset about the rivers of America, so I'm going to move on.
Da, 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 da. Oh,
Let's talk about my hairstyle for a second. What would you call this? Like
shaggy
late
chic.
What'd you say?
Shaggy chic.
Shaggy chic. Because it's not like Beatles like esque,
No.
right? It's like
There's a little bit of a helmet shape to it.
a little bit of, maybe I thought I was like doing a Darth Vader thing. I don't know.
Maybe.
Outside Pecos Bill, yeah.
A question from Lewis. 2 questions. Are you climbing on the wall at the Hall of Presidents? And also, how would you reach her hands on Space Mountain? Different seats then?
The second answer first, which is yes, you would sit in front of somebody. Like you didn't have an individual back then, so you kind of did the like log flume, sitting someone in between someone's legs situation on
Which
Space
is
Mountain.
insane. That's insane.
Why? I'm curious. No.
But that's not safe on a roller coaster to sit like that?
I mean, I think it's fine.
Is it? And the wall of Hall of Presidents?
What, you saying I shouldn't have been climbing up on the wall because like that's
I
against
think
the
he was
rules?
just asking. He was
I
just
think I'm
there.
standing on the wall of the hall.
I mean,
I'm standing on the wall of the hall of. I'm standing on the wall of the Hall of Presidents.
the wall of the hall.
So yes, and to say obviously in this picture of me outside Pecos Bill Cafe, like Thunder Mountain, kind of new in the background there. This whole little area there was a small little train station for the Frontierland train station. No sign of any sort of new areas coming for another 10 years or so. There's the Frontierland train station right there. I mean, look at it's like literally like a model of
Yeah.
that's on Papa Dillo's train board. Like
I was
it's
going
like
to say, he probably loved that.
but it's interesting to see all the foliage there as well.
Mm-hmm.
A little parade sitting on Main Street.
Mm-hmm.
Now going see, I got my Steelers jacket on. You see,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
gold right there.
Interesting.
We talked about, to mention a couple episodes back, episode 399 with Neil O'Brien, we talked about kind of the time period between Jungle Book and A Black Cauldron, because his book After Disney focuses on that. Not that we talked about The Rescuers too much, but all those movies of that time, The Rescuers, The Aristocats, Robin Hood, like they were so prominently featured in these parades and in character meet and greets and things. And you go, they were still the thought being, get them in people's minds, and then when the movies come out again, they'll go see the movies.
Mm-hmm.
And so whenever I see those characters pop up here, it's always very interesting.
Yeah.
Big Head Dopey over there. Here's Mickey and Minnie.
Yeah.
Snow White.
The costumes the dancers are wearing are awesome as well.
Yes,
like a little Mickey Mouse Club-esque.
Very 70s into the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
Jiminy Cricket, outside the House of Magic. Captain Hook and Smee. Winnie the Pooh, my favorite glow up of Winnie the Pooh here is with the honey pot on his head.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's always a fascinating Pooh. Goofy, up close and personal.
Nice.
and a little Chippendale. I have a lot of questions about how they
Goofy
look.
was like telling you your future there.
He's like, I will infiltrate
Hmm.
your brain. See you in 15 years. Yeah, it was 15 years. Look at that. I did the math real quick. Because this weekend, well, right around now, this kind of 8th through 10th time frame, as we're recording this, is when I was first hired as a cast member
Hmm.
at Walt Disney World 30 years ago. Well, that's really 14 years after this. So 30 years ago to the month that I was hired by Walt Disney World.
Hmm.
What do we think of Tomorrowland here? Obviously, we're about 12 years before we did like the Jules Verne,
Hmm.
changes to Tomorrowland. Does it need to go back to this?
Yeah, obviously. What are you gonna ask? Are you gonna ask that and think we're gonna go? No, it should look more tomorrow-y. No, go back.
Star
Obviously,
Jets. Exactly my face today. I still walk around Walt Disney World like that today.
that's true. That's a fact.
Mission to Mars,
Sure.
classic. There you go. If you had wings.
Mm-hmm.
A little out of Tomorrowland here. Carousel of
Yeah.
Progress. I recreated that picture as well.
Yeah.
20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. I didn't really. Did I talk about this when I did my Disneyland trip reports in February? We went on the submarine, which is more Nemo
Mm-hmm.
themed in Disneyland, but just the nostalgia of going on the submarine, I was like,
Right.
oh, this is awesome.
Yeah.
That's me being terrified outside Snow White's Scary Adventures. I didn't go on. I think I probably went on this year. Like I think I got made to go on this ride here, and then
Mm.
didn't go on until I was in my 30s. I think
Sure. That's
I
about right.
did not on that.
Oh, there was something I was gonna say. What was before the Snow White picture? Oh, 20,000 Leagues. That we do have a video up on our YouTube as well of 20,000 Leagues from Mr. Snidillo's archives.
Mm.
That I mean, a lot of it's dark and but it's like, oh, what in
Da,
the
da, da, da. Here's a 2021 picture right there for
That's
everyone. That marks
100%.
the end of
Clearly,
my
yeah.
photos. I will stop sharing the screen.
Da, da,
Jen, do
da.
you have the receipts of the Polynesian trip to share?
Yeah, I sure do. So, I'm curious personally, and maybe we talked about this when we did the What's in the Attic episode for my trip. I recall, as time went on, a lot of our months that we would go would be like a January, May, August time
Mm.
frame. This 1985 ticket is from February. Do you know why we went in February?
How early? Early February?
Yeah.
I feel like because if someone in the chat wants to look up the date of the Bears Patriots Super Bowl, which I think is 86.
Hmm.
I know that we went the day after the Super Bowl that year. So I just feel like that was always the time frame that we went,
Mark.
whether it was because the rates were best, I don't know, or just it was the ease or
Mhm.
anything else. But that late January, early February was always kind of a marker for us.
Yeah.
Before really we discovered both. First we discovered Christmas at the parks
Right.
because in '88 we went in January of '88 and then we went in December of '88.
Hmm.
And that was kind of like, oh, we need to see this with Christmas decorations all the time forever.
Yeah.
And and then the first summer trip being in '90. So I feel like whatever, maybe it was the flights that were cheaper.
Yeah.
I don't know. So
Well, I have this 4-day world passport ticket with
mm,
all the stamps of the dates, which is February 6th, 1985 to February 9th, 1985. It's a child ticket. I'm not sure who's still in the chat, but if anyone wants to guess the cost of this ticket,
oh yeah, everyone
feel
disappeared. Where'd everyone go?
free. Um, Lewis is also saying January 26, 1986 was Bears Pats. Bears won.
Hmm.
So yeah, this is a it allows one child use of the following for 4 days: transportation between the Magic Kingdom, the Transportation and Ticket Center, and Epcot Center, Magic Kingdom admission and use of attractions within the Magic Kingdom, Epcot Center admission and use of attractions within Epcot Center. Children under 7 years must be accompanied by an adult. Hey, 8, 9, and 11-year-old, you can just go during this time. After under 7 has to be accompanied by an adult. Yeah. So let's see. $15, $25 for. Are you saying those costs for all 4 days or per day? I would love to see what you're thinking. I was asking the 8 and 11-year-olds the other day to play this game as well as a precursor. I do also have receipts from the hotel as well as a room service for burgers, so we can play guess the price
Getting
throughout
room
here. But
service. What,
I
we didn't
know,
want to go to Stargate that day? What?
I know. I mean, it's clearly not for us, and it's definitely for Mama and Papa Dillo because
Hmm.
the order is interesting. Okay. Oh, $25 per day, Val is saying. So the total cost of this 4-day world passport ticket is $43. Sales tax included.
Wait a minute. $43 for 4 days?
As I mean, it says $43 on the back of this,
God.
sales tax included. Yep. Okay. So then we have your accommodations at the Polynesian Village Hotel have been confirmed. Hold on. Let me cover Mama Papadillo's address here since it's still their address. So I am looking at this little carbon copy receipt here. Have been confirmed for 4 nights for a party of 4 arriving on February 6, 1985, a Wednesday. Reservation is for one guest room at the how much nightly rate? There was a deposit received. Check-in time after 3 p.m. Checkout time 11 a.m. How much did the Polynesian cost per night in February 1985? Place your bets. Place your bets. While we do that, I'll queue up some other things here. I also have maps to share. There's also this postcard here with
Yes.
the. I
Hold
don't
on
see
for
the
a second.
tower.
Okay, so that's the ticket center behind there. I'm just trying to think. I think that's with every longhouse in effect. Trying to think. There's the thing. Yeah, I guess so. That's everything.
Should have done my nails if I was going to hold up pictures like this. Um, Lewis saying that they had overbid when they were guessing the prices of the ticket. The price, drum roll, please. Oh, $30 per night, Val.
Mm.
It's a little bit more than that. So the price per night in 1985 was $110, which I thought was surprising. I was like, that is a lot of money. But also, could you imagine being able to
$110 at
go?
the Polynesian every night.
God, be so happy. All right. Then I have this room service. I don't think this really shows anything, but it looks like this little room service bill for 2 cheeseburgers, a Coke, and a light beer. 2 Cokes and a light beer. And the cost of 2 cheeseburgers, 2 Cokes, and 1 light beer comes to $19.69.
It's how much a cheeseburger is now at Beaches and Cream.
Exactly. Yes.
Well, first of all, were we asleep when that room
I'm going to
service came?
assume because, like, why are we not there's no
Where did we
time
eat
stamp on
dinner?
it. That little table, that little or on the balcony, maybe.
Hmm.
I don't know.
I
We'll have
mean,
to
sounds
ask
right.
if they remember that. What? We don't know.
Uh,
What do you mean?
yeah. What do you mean? No, we didn't. We just go to Pinocchio's. I'm on a mission, by the way. If I can do one thing on our way to our 500th episode, it is bringing cheeseburgers back to Pinocchio's.
They have to be the same too. Don't try to like make them just a plain old cheeseburger. All right. I also have like a receipt here from the Polynesian. Room 3602, by the way, is
Oh.
where we stayed that year. And so this runs from February 6th to February 9th. So it is room 3 nights at the $110 rate, tax 3 nights at $5.50.
Mm.
Then there's, I don't know what, a room tax 3 nights at
Mm.
$2.20. Deposit received, telephone, long distance call, uh, Tangaroa Terrace, right? Am I saying that
Yeah,
right?
that's the
$44.11.
okay.
Telephone long distance, $6.05. Coral Isle Cafe, $21.74. La Original Alfredo Roma. What is that?
What?
Do you
Say
know
that
that
again.
right there? La, I'm not saying it right,
Alfredo.
but
Oh, Alfredo. Alfredo's it's the main restaurant in the Italian Pavilion in
oh,
Epcot. It
oh,
was
oh, okay,
Alfredo's. Yeah,
okay.
and
Polynesian,
there used to be a version in New York City as well in Manhattan.
Polynesian drugs and sundry something.
Village
It's
Chickens
coming.
and Sundries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
South Seas Dining Room, $21. Oh, by the way, at Polynesian Drugs, we spent 64 dollars. They can South Seas Dining Room, $21. Anyway, all of those things came to $661.22, which is the cost of one night at the Polynesian right now.
Just
There's
to
that.
say, room 3602, presuming based on my trip to Disney to the Polynesian in 1981, the views or the numbering is still the same, presuming that for the other
Mm-hmm.
buildings. So that would be what is currently the Samoa building, number 6 on your map. The floor, and this is all from touring plans. The third
Mm-hmm.
floor, 2 queens plus a day bed. That's a view of the pool, the
Oh,
main pool, by the way,
mm.
not the.
Well, I mean,
So
so
it
wouldn't
says
that be a
garden view, but it's the pool. Yeah.
so wouldn't that also see the castle or no?
No,
Because of how that all
it's
goes on
looking
the
out
side.
to the side. So it's
Mm.
and I always kind of look that way. So if you walk the path down towards the lagoon, it's
Yep,
on the right.
I see. Okay. Mm-hmm.
If I give it so views of the pool, marina, or Seven Seas Lagoon. Yeah, there is a balcony, so maybe that's where the hamburgers are eaten, cheeseburgers.
Mm-hmm.
Current, just to say, the current rack rate $838 to $1,400 a night.
Oh my God. Well,
And what was
that's a little
your
bit different. $110.
$110?
They've gone up a bit, the prices. Here's a Polynesian Village room service menu.
Yeah. Well, listen, I don't know how these things fall in our
I,
suitcases
I
before we leave.
no, they it's like, the
Oh,
harder
oh
thing.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
Um,
It wasn't like set on a desk or in a dresser or something like that.
no, it's just given to you with the so breakfast here. There's a honeymooner special breakfast.
Mm.
I don't think they have that anymore. I'm just gonna assume. I need someone to tell me if on a Polynesian room service menu there is the honeymooners special breakfast,
Jen, all
which
your
is
TikToks this week are going to be I need someone to
yeah,
go to this
correct.
room. I need someone to
Correct.
read the menu.
I still need someone to get me Innoventions footage from
Mm,
2004 to
that's true.
2006. Thank you. Okay, so for two, this honeymooner special, you get strip sirloin steak, scrambled eggs, potatoes, and breakfast rolls with half a bottle of champagne. I
Mm,
don't know why half, but you get half a bottle for $27.
wow, I'll take that.
Like, how much is one person at the Ohana breakfast?
Right, 65 bucks. Good luck.
Yeah. This is all, yeah, this is very interesting pricing. Maybe we'll take some pics and put them up of some of that as well. Before I get to maps a little bit here, I
Mhm.
wanted to show what I believe, I know this is going to be backwards, but your
Oh,
handwriting,
looks like it.
probably.
Walt
And
Disney
also,
characters.
yeah, and so there's a
Oh,
picture of me, some drawing.
I think I can tell. On I would have to go into what's in the storage. This is from a book of like how to draw characters because it has
Yeah.
very much the shapes
Yes,
and shapes.
yes.
Yeah,
Yep.
interesting. Been
Let me
talking a
see
lot
what
about
else.
my art lately.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was appropriate timing. Yeah, for those of you listening to the audio, I'm showing artwork of Frank's
You
that
know what
he.
I saw the other day, and I don't know if it's in my photos or I was scrolling our instas or what, but it was a drawing of Scrooge McDuck that the 11-year-old did.
Oh, yeah, yeah. You know what? I keep forgetting. I don't think I posted, or maybe I finally did when the Muppets closed. I'm not sure. In January, He did his first Kermit drawing after seeing the Muppets at Mama Melrose's,
Oh,
and I
okay.
can't remember if I posted that or not. But yes, it was backwards to you, not us. Oh, okay, good. Glad you could see that. Climbing on the scenery, stealing menus, gingerbread vandalism. Gingerbread vandalism was not us. We have nothing to do with that. Okay. So I have in my possession here an Epcot Center guidebook,
Yes,
a Magic Kingdom guidebook,
nice.
and a Discover guide.
Oh,
And they are all from these years. Um, so I think, first of all, the fact that when you open the map, you can open it on this small little page
that's
here.
all you need.
That's it. And and of course, brought to you by Kodak on the back here. Yeah, so photo tips. You also get photo tips from Kodak.
And,
Need
Journey
Phil?
into Imagination was sponsored by Kodak as well.
Mm-hmm.
And the other day, I stumbled upon the "Making Memories" song from the Captain EO pre-show, where
Mm-hmm.
you go in and they would have it would the Sherman Brothers song "Making Memories,"
Yeah.
and they would flash like all these fun pictures
Making
across the screen, and
memories.
it would go back and forth and making memories, making memories, and you'd be delighted by the nostalgia before you went in to watch Captain EO. Why can't we do that anymore? We didn't have we have so many more pictures out there in the world. We just need them to be put in sideshows in Disney attraction pre-shows. That's all we need.
Correct. Okay. Let's tangent about this. So,
Yeah.
first of all, yes. And I was sad when that went away. However,
Mhm.
you know that I loved true colors
Yeah.
are beautiful like a rainbow. And that was a slower paced collage of photos that
Hmm.
made anyone very verklempt while
Yes.
watching. Also, the Magic Kingdom before Wishes would sometimes, when they were testing out their projections, play The Magic, the Memories, and You.
Hmm.
And during that, put photos up on the projections of people at the parks.
Yeah.
And it was glorious. And it got you teary eyed
And I know
watching.
we got the Instas and we got the TikToks and we got all the things now. It doesn't mean those things go away in your theme parks.
No, no.
We need to still know on your Walt Disney World Resort television. You can put them there too. Come
Yeah.
on.
It's all very
I
nice.
saw. I think I put it on our Facebook page. The video of the child pulling the sword out of the sword in the stone,
Uh-huh.
and she did a little magic wand fairy thing across it, and then she lifted it up, and I was like, "This is it. That's all you need in life."
Yeah. The first TikTok I came across today was a family surprising the 80-year-old member of the family on his birthday in a picture in
Hmm.
front of the castle.
Yeah.
Did I need to cry on a Monday morning? No, but here I am. Would I have been worse had I been walking past that situation? Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I'm teary every time I'm seeing someone holding up a onesie. I love it all. And you should be posting all of that more, Disney. Put it around the
That's all it
parks.
should be. Like as I ranted at the beginning of this podcast, and if you're still listening, thank you or watching. But I am enjoying how a little bit of the algorithm is taken over by people who are doing nice things for kids by
Yes.
giving them the baseball, giving them
Yeah.
the item, whatever it is.
Yeah.
More of that in the world.
Yes. Thank you. I also have, again, things they give you when you check in is the Polynesian Village valet list
Mm.
here. So if you need valet service information, any dry cleaning, clean and press or press only,
Mm.
there's options for both. So if you wanted a suit, maybe we'll go with a tux suit because that's the expensive one. If you wanted that cleaned and pressed, that would cost you
Mm.
$6.30 for an
You
entire
think
suit tux.
Barry Jacobson comes to your room and picks that up back then?
Oh, we have to send this picture to him,
We
or
should
should we
hold it
not?
up and then take that. Yeah? No, you think it'd be like you guys can't take that?
Be like, I don't know how we got it. I don't
Well,
know what
I mean, just
happened.
like I said, it
I
was
don't,
in a thing. We didn't know.
I don't know. I don't remember. We also have some autographs here.
Oh, okay. For those of you scoring at home, the Minis Menahui, I think I don't know if you're saying that right. Breakfast was what preceded Ohana, basically
Yeah,
at the Papit
yeah.
Bay veranda. I practiced saying those words a couple of years back for the purpose of this podcast. I don't know if I'm saying it right anymore.
I don't think you did it. Um, I would like to know before I put these. I don't think I saw much else from this time period. Is there anything you needed me to check on in any of these maps to confirm, or a name of something?
No, can you
Or
confirm in that Epcot map whether the Living Seas is open yet? Because it may determine if it's actually 85 or 86.
oh, interesting. Okay, all right. Oh, on this map here, the future site of the
Oh,
living seas.
so there you go. It's an 85 map right there.
Yeah.
Because in
Um.
86 is
Mhm.
when I think the first time, and I wrote an essay about this in sixth grade and made it
Mm.
to the finals. I was like the premier essay in the class.
Oh.
And moved it was the selection of my class to face all the other essays, in which case I was then soundly defeated. But I wrote an essay about that first trip to Disney where the Living Caesars opened. So that 86 trip.
Mm.
And when I walked out of the Living Seas is where you could see the what was presumed to be later on I won't say it was definitively that in the distance that the Challenger had exploded that day,
Oh.
because
Uh-huh. Yeah.
as Lewis and Val mentioned um, in uh, in the chat earlier, that Bears Patriots Super Bowl was on January 26th, 86. Your birthday was on Monday the 27th. That's when we traveled down. The Challenger accident was on Tuesday the 28th. Uh,
Yes.
and that was the first couple
That
days.
there's a faint memory for me there
Yeah,
of being in Epcot.
yeah.
And all of that also sounds more backup as to why you're a Pearson kid.
I mean, it was, and that was a crazy day because then I remember walking around the entire World Showcase, and that is all anybody was talking about. Everybody was
Yeah.
talking about what happened, um, and that's what ended up going in that essay. As I say this, if you're listening to the audio feed, then the other portion of this is that the audio for this podcast will be dropping on September 11th, which is a big deal for
Hmm.
us in New York and around the world, obviously. But for us in particular, I think it impacted us differently. Things we've been kind of revisiting the last couple of years because 4 years ago we were in Epcot on September 11th, and theme park Rob had asked me. I don't remember if he asked you or not, but I remember he asked me about it, and I was like,
Hmm.
and at first I was like, oh, and then I was like, blah, just talking for
Hmm.
a long time. And that was the day that we saw the party that night at House of Blues.
Hmm.
And then last year we left for our meetup on the 11th. And when were you in line? Who was there first, me or you?
Me.
Yeah, so you were in line, and I was entering the airport as they were
Hmm.
doing the moment of silence for
Hmm.
the first plane,
Yeah.
and you think you go on with your life, and then you
Hmm.
have something like that, and you go, it's like a flat, it's very very
Yeah.
heavy, And
Yeah, I think I always think about theme park Rob's question because he asked both of us in Showcase
yeah,
us
yeah,
where you
ironically enough,
discuss all the major world events. And I think we probably realized, although we were both at Mama and Papa Dillo's house that day, that like we never really discussed it with each other like
hmm
over time. Like we were living it,
yep,
but we never really like looked back or like talked about it much. So for theme park Rob to ask that, it kind of like took us back a little bit to be like, huh, this is interesting that just to be asked about it. And I sent you a TikTok yesterday
hmm oh yeah,
because someone made a TikTok walking around New York and said when it's like this perfect weather type of day in September, he immediately goes, "Oh, it's 9/11 weather." And
mm,
I was like, "Oh, same," because 2 days before we went into the city to see
contact,
Contact,
yeah.
right? And I remember mentally taking note, driving over the bridge, which I feel like we normally took the tunnel, unless we're in the tunnel and I'm just thinking of it because
No,
I
we might have been over
pictured.
the bridge because it was in Lincoln Center, so
Oh,
we were going
there
up
you
that
go.
way. Yeah.
So that's why that makes sense. And being like, oh man, it's like such a good day. It's such a nice day out. And I do also think of that on like random mornings during the week when there's not a cloud in the sky. I'm like, oh, it's such a nice day. And I immediately think, and I think of those things going, I'm just weird that I think like that. And then to see that TikTok come up, go, oh, there's like just a lot of us
Yeah.
living in these same types of thought patterns. And yeah, it still holds so much weight. And I also don't feel like enough, like as much time has passed.
Yeah.
I don't feel like it's been that
Yeah,
much.
I think I will say somewhere at Mama and Papa Dillo's house, I would guess, I don't think that it could be anywhere else, is probably an unhealthy amount of footage on VCR tapes of the
Yeah.
news for
Oh,
four
sure.
days straight.
Mhm.
And that I think I might have said this on the podcast before, but I feel like I did not sleep for 4 days because I was just watching the news all night
Oh, for
long.
sure. That's
And
all we did. We just
yeah,
had it on constantly. And during those next few days, it was constant threats happening other
mhm,
places. And then they would just zoom in on some building in the city and
mhm,
be like, "We're watching. There was a threat made." And I'm like, "What am I about to see?" And like you
right,
just were constantly like, "What's next?" And it was crazy. And because of where Mama and Papa Dillo live, they're not in the city. They are on Long Island, but they are close enough to the city where we could smell smoke from their
mhm,
backyard and
mhm,
we could hear plenty of fighter jets. And like, I can't tell you how
mhm.
many dreams I've had that are really wild in nature, but it was probably from hearing the fighter jets during the night, like flying over or, yeah.
Yeah, and we didn't. I think the first time we ventured out of our homes was like 2 weeks later. We went to a Mets game. We didn't go to like when baseball came back a week later and Mike Piazza hit the big home run. That I remember watching on television. But we went like 2 weeks later to Shea Stadium, and coming on the Whitestone Expressway the same way we drive to City Field now, uh,
Mhm,
and looking kind of at the skyline in the distance, the skyline was impacted for a very long time with
mhm.
smoke on that lower half of Manhattan, and that was like, oh, now it's not on my TV anymore; it's in my view on this drive. And
Yeah.
so those things just kept happening, and you don't realize how much things impact you until you keep looking
Mhm.
back. Now, next year will be the 25th anniversary, and they're having the Mets play the Yankees at Yankee Stadium,
Mm,
and I'm
mhm.
like, boy, would I love to be in the stadium for that, but also I don't want to cry for like 2 hours.
Oh, yeah. No, for
It's
sure.
but
Yeah.
it's definitely, and I was thinking, and like things I can't, I'll say it on the podcast, but I can't say it to Mrs. Dillo directly because we always go back and forth about JetBlue. JetBlue
Mhm.
got me back on planes.
Yeah.
JetBlue
Yeah.
was relatively new.
Yep. Yep.
I felt safer on
Yeah.
JetBlue because they
Yep.
were new.
Mhm.
I felt I was like, oh, Direct TV is a distraction.
Mhm.
And in some ways, when Mrs. Dill, why do you always go to JetBlue? And I want to say, like, it's a 24-year-old trauma problem I have,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and that is straight facts.
Yeah.
On that is, I know that when I next went on, I was like, oh,
Yeah.
this isn't so bad, and I was able to be comfortable going on planes
Mhm.
again.
Yeah. Um, this is a twist from our first trips, but also important to talk about, and still a weight that feels heavy everywhere, but probably especially in New York. And I feel like, I don't know, when it maybe at the resort, maybe we'll just go into more details about all of it, because I feel like once we start talking about all these things pop up in my head, and like different memories or
Hmm.
different things and all of that. So, yeah, but World Showcase, if you want to talk about world events,
Oh yeah, that's the
that's
place to
the
do
place
it.
to do it. Yeah.
It might
Hmm.
be the best place to talk about world
Yeah.
events is
Yeah.
walking around the World Showcase. Um, that is there anything else on our? I mean, I feel like I know I did more of the slideshow with my
Hmm.
1981
Yeah.
talk. There was, I mean, in terms of the nostalgia, the fall into nostalgia aspect. I mean, it's why um, the electrical water pageant is what it is.
Yeah.
It's obviously our
Oh, yeah.
nostalgia for the
Hmm.
Polynesian comes from these first couple of trips.
Yeah.
Um, but I will say that you know everything else is kind of like a standard thing. Like the Magic Kingdom have extra nostalgia for me because not really, but
Yeah.
it's the Magic Kingdom. So what
Yeah.
are you gonna do? But are there certain parts of Buzz Lightyear's Space Ranger spin that I pretend that I'm on if you had wings? I
Hmm.
sure do. Do I get mad that Stitch's Great Escape or when it was Alien? Like I want that building to still exist because it was Mission to Mars. I sure do.
Yeah. Hmm.
So those are the things that come up for me a little bit more, and really, it's funny how I think I didn't go on a lot back then. Like I don't remember. Do you still have that receipt in that folder? Is that where
Yeah.
the Disney Creative Arts?
Yeah.
So right in that same trip, that 1986 trip,
Yeah.
I'll tie it all together here.
Yeah.
So at the end of that week, on the 31st, Friday the
Yeah.
31st, I did the first Disney. What do we call them now? We call
The,
them
well,
Keys to the
this is the
Kingdom.
Wonders. Yeah, the Vacation Kingdom of the World, but it's the Wonders program this year.
Yeah. So the
Yeah.
Wonders program was like creative arts based,
Yeah.
I think. And it was on a Friday, and I did it from like 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. or something like that on my last day.
Hmm.
And it included at the end, you went into Utilidors, which was like, you were like, oh, I'm going into Utilidors. But, the morning part, we met with like a sketch artist slash animator. I think they said it was an animator, but when we had our giant sketch pad drawings of Mickey and Pluto in our basement
Hmm.
forever
Yeah.
from that. Boy, we should look up that name and try to track that artist down.
Yeah.
Um,
True.
and 40 years later.
Hmm.
And that was the morning portion. But that day was the first time I went on Pirates. And
Mm.
I never don't remember being on Pirates before that, and because they really wanted to explain like the creative aspect of
Yeah.
Pirates, so there was a deeper appreciation from that day. But that program, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m., the
Hmm.
Wonders program. How much was that program?
That was $49.50 here.
$49.50 right there.
Yeah.
So look at all these paper receipts. It
So
looks like
many.
our time getting dining reservations on the Norwegian Aqua, which is what we spoke about at DillosDizResort.com prior to this live stream, which is happening on Monday night here. If you want to join DillosDizResort.com, that's where to go. One channel Discord is where all the fun lies. $1 per month for that one channel Discord. But once in a while, we'll do fun stuff like ranting and raving about cruise ships
Yeah.
over. at the resort. Jen, anything else before we go?
No, I think we'll try to put some pictures up too as we fall into nostalgia. We're trying to put some more nostalgic pictures up.
Yeah, lots of nostalgia with the fall into nostalgia leading up to our meetup in November. November 7th, we'll be at the Very Merry Christmas Party. November 8th, we'll be at our first ever Jollywood Nights. The Very Merry Christmas Party, we haven't been in since 1989. So
Correct.
that's a big deal for us as well. So
Mhm.
those two nights are a big part of our meetup. Join us if you can. Our friend Natalie over at the Stride Sisters podcast, she was like, "Oh, something else came up. I can't go. I'm going here." And
No.
I was like, "No!" But she was sending me. She was in Disneyland over the weekend running, and
Uh,
was sending me her late night Mr. Toad's ride, much
oh,
like I
nice.
did back in February. And I was like, yes, this is the way to do it when you got before it. Like, I got to do Mr. Toads one more time.
Yeah.
So shout out to Natalie for that one because I will say, I was like, it was really nice that you sent me this when you were on Mr. Toad the night before. I really appreciate that. And I should say that once in a while.
We're very grateful. We just need to say it more.
Yeah. So, thanks for checking us out here, whether on the live stream or in the audio feed. Until we fall into nostalgia again, I think next week we're going to be talking some Muppets nostalgia potentially.
Maybe.
A teaser
Mhm.
for the end here. She's Jen, and I'm Frank. Bye bye.
Deuces.